My boyfriend wants to be a SoundCloud rapper. I can't take it anymore. The other day my boyfriend invited me to tag along to his studio session. In his free time he makes music with his friend who's an audio engineer. I am not a fan. Don't get me wrong. I definitely pretend to be. I always repost the things he puts up on Instagram and Twitter, but I couldn't actually give a single line from any of his songs. His voice is terrible, his lines are ridiculous, and he just pirates his beats off of YouTube. I don't know who encouraged the first average Joe to put out a mixtape on SoundCloud, but whoever they are, they deserve prison time for their impact on society. We don't need more rappers. Even if we did, I can assure you, the world is not missing out on the talent of my boyfriend. He has none. At least not for this hip-hop thing. All of his friends hype him up, and his parents are in his ear telling him to follow his heart, but the cards are stacked against him. Then, he had the audacity to tell me that he was quitting his job to pursue his passion full-time. I thought it was an April Fool's prank. It was the middle of September. I didn't know what to say. I couldn't crush him by telling him that there was no way anyone was looking for what he was selling. He valued my opinion. I didn't want to lie to him, but I also didn't want to be the one to end his dreams. I half-heartedly told him that was great. I think he sensed my displeasure because he told me that I should come to a sesh with this boy next week to see for myself why he was destined for greatness. I really didn't want to, but I figured the worst that could happen was that I would be stuck listening to garbage for 2 hours. I couldn't have been more wrong. When we got to the studio I was immediately put on edge. The door was in the cut. It was blacked out and made of bulletproof glass. When we got to the front it buzzed and he pushed it open. I was hit with a wave of cold air and the pungent smell of creativity gas. His friend Squeegee was the engineer of the session. I had known Squeegee for a while and I could see that he was sorry for me. I could tell he was also a passive supporter of my boyfriend's delusions. However, all Squeegee cared about was paying rent, and I respected that. They sat me on a couch in the recording room and I watched the half-baked creative process that led to all the atrocities I heard on SoundCloud. It was truly criminal. I could see the pain on Squeegee's face as he nodded his head, pretending this was the best thing he had ever heard. I was trying to pay attention as much as I could. I was offering suggestions but they just kept shutting them down. Then my boyfriend uttered the worst bar I had ever heard in my life. I think it was something like, I told my friend to pass the gas but didn't want him to fart. At that point I was tapped out.